Winter's deep, a shattered beyond chapter 1. 3 months into my pregnancy, Marcus promised to finally hold a wedding ceremony for me. When friends came to our home to discuss the details, his best friend suddenly spoke up, laughing. Grace, you're so lucky. You caught Marcus when he finally grew up and became sensible. Unlike me, when we messed around, I even had an abortion. That idiot didn't even know how to put on a condom back then. I taught him everything he knows. She playfully punched Marcus's shoulder. My breath hitched. Noticing my expression, she quickly tried to explain. Don't misunderstand, I just said it casually. We were young and foolish back then. He watched too much porn and had no outlet, so he insisted I be his guinea pig. Now it's all good, I've trained him for you. You just get to enjoy the benefits, so how about it? He's good, isn't he? I couldn't take it anymore. I picked up my glass and threw its contents in her face. Since you knew it was the past, why tell me? What are your intentions? Before I could say anything, Marcus got agitated. He accused me of being unreasonable and kicked me out of the home in the middle of the night. The last thing I heard before leaving was Blake's playful taunt. You're being bad, aren't you? Want a punch? They bet $10 million that I would come back begging for forgiveness. Utterly humiliated, but this time, I was truly tired. When I was kicked out, Marcus's eyes blazed only with fury. We're all friends. Did you really have to make such a scene? I've told you before, Blake is my friend. What's the difference between male and female friends? If something was going on with her, why would I choose to marry you? If you're going to be this crazy, then get out and cool off. Turning, he met Blake's playful gaze and his usual tenderness returned. Keep drinking, don't mind her. These are all bad habits I've indulged. Just because she's pregnant, she thinks she's the queen. Someone asked. It's the middle of winter, and Grace is pregnant. Don't let her freeze the baby, or Grace might actually remarry. Remarry? Look at her now. She's gained 30 pounds since getting pregnant. Who would be blind enough to want her? It's good enough that I even agreed to marry her. Give her an inch, and she'll take a mile. Blake immediately put her arm around his shoulder and chimed in. Pregnant women are such a hassle. Friends are much less trouble. Drink. If I don't drink you under the table tonight, I'm not the boss here. Get lost. I'm the boss here. Say it, or I'll crush you. With your tiny mushroom? Ha ha ha. Outside the home, I reached up and wiped my cheek. My palm was icy cold. Tears had already silently streamed down my face without me realizing it. I didn't hesitate anymore and took a taxi to the hospital. The doctor seemed hesitant. Ms. Grace, an abortion requires the father's signature. Is he not here? He's dead. The doctor said nothing more, then turned to examine me and filled out the appointment information. The pity in her eyes pierced me, making my heart feel raw and torn. When I first met Marcus, he wasn't like this. His eyes and heart were only for me. Everything changed after he introduced me to Blake, his friend. In a daze, the information was filled out. As I was paying, a video popped up on my phone. It was from Blake. In the video, Marcus was kneeling on the floor, licking her diamond nail art. When he looked up, his face was full of disgust. Yet he was still joking. Damn, Blake, do your feet stink? Are you doing this to gross me out? It's your honor that I'm giving you a chance to atone. How dare you curse at me? I'll teach you a lesson. Immediately after, Blake sent a message. Grace, don't be angry. I've already taught that fool a good lesson for you. Hell, be obedient from now on. I don't know what I felt the moment I saw that video. With a crash, all the sweet memories in my mind shattered into countless pieces. They pierced my chest, and a searing pain churned through my entire being. Marcus was a germaphobe. I knew that the moment we met, he never held my hand, and even my attempts to hug him seemed to disgust him. I got pregnant because he got dead drunk with Blake that night. When he came home, the friends had already left, leaving a mess on the floor. Marcus sat on the sofa, his feet propped up, and ordered without looking up. Clean this up. These idiots are really trying to annoy me. Normally, I would have resignedly cleaned up like a maid for him without a word, but this time, I didn't respond. Instead, I spoke. Marcus, let's break up. Chapter 2. Hearing my voice, he reluctantly looked up from his phone. What did you say? The game sound was too loud just now. That idiot Blake kept dying 10 times in a row, dragging me down so badly I'm about to lose my mind. He cursed in a voice message. You send one more to the enemy, and I'll kick your ass, won't I? I took a deep breath and repeated myself. Marcus, let's break up. This time he heard me and threw his phone down. Are you crazy? What nonsense are you talking about? I shook my head, sitting down and clutching my aching belly. I'm not joking. I'm serious. I think, Blake probably suits you better. Through the shattered phone, I could still hear Blake's furious roar. Marcus, where did you go? Don't go idle. I'm about to win. It's a promotion match. Marcus ignored her, but his eyes showed a hint of anger. So, you're still blaming me for being close to Blake? How many times do I have to explain before you understand? There's nothing going on between us. It's pure friendship. Right, pure friendship. Friendship where you lick feet, friendship where you hug. Pure friendship where you can sleep together without a condom. I laughed, my face full of sarcasm. Marcus instantly became furious. He lunged and pinned me to the sofa, his lips brushing my nose. Jealous? It's just kissing, isn't it? I'll make it up to you. The moment he leaned in to kiss me, the video of him kissing Blake's feet flashed before my eyes. I abruptly pushed him away. Don't touch me. But he held me even tighter. Why are you acting like this? Isn't this what you want? I know what you're mad about, but we have a child on the way. Why are you comparing yourself to that idiot? The fierce argument was interrupted by Blake's voice call. Fool, where did you go? The enemy has already reached our base. If you don't get online now, I'm not acknowledging you as my guy. Marcus glanced at me. We're having a breakup scene. I'm the one whose tower is truly being attacked. Hurry up and console her. Women are such a hassle. You have 1 minute to get online. The call ended, and Marcus immediately immersed himself in the game. He casually brushed me off. Be good. Stop making a scene. Tomorrow, I'll take you on a shopping spree. Whatever you want. Your husband will pay. At that moment, I no longer had the strength to argue. That night, my belly ached terribly, and I softly called out Marcus's name. He didn't respond. The bathroom light was on, and I occasionally heard laughter from inside, interspersed with the sounds of the game battle. Each sound pierced my ears. I heard Blake ask, "Is she all consoled? Your combat power is soaring." As expected of Marcus, my guy. Keep it up. I'm going to hit Grandmaster tonight. What's there to console? Just buy a few gifts to pacify her. Damn it. How did you die again? Can you ping the map? I didn't sleep all night. At dawn, Marcus pulled me out of bed. I promised to buy you gifts, and I won't break my word, sweetie. Don't be angry anymore, okay? I suppressed the nauseating urge to vomit and got in the car. The car navigation had been switched to Blake's voice pack at some point. Marcus, my guy. Turn left ahead, then go straight. Damn it, you didn't signal again. Take a hit. Noticing my expression, he chuckled awkwardly and explained, I lost a game last time, and that idiot insisted on messing with me and making me listen to this for a month. Just bear with it a little longer. It'll be over soon. At the mall, I had just picked out a Hermes bag. I was about to pay for it myself when Marcus rushed to the counter ahead of me. Suddenly, a familiar voice came from behind. Hey, this bag is nice. It suits me. Marcus returned after paying. Just as he ran into Blake trying on a bag, his face was beaming with a smile. Changed your ways? Not carrying your hiking backpack anymore? You're so feminine. I hardly recognize you. Blake rolled her eyes. What? Are you captivated by me? Get in line. There are 1,000 others ahead of you. I really didn't want to listen anymore, so I cut in. Blake, I was here first. And I've already paid. But I like this bag too. Marcus, you tell us? Who gets it? She pointed a threatening finger at Marcus's chest. Who's more important? Your friend or your woman? You wouldn't prioritize love over friendship, would you? Chapter 3. Marcus instantly started laughing. Take it. It's rare to see you buy a bag. When my son asks, how can I refuse? Blake walked off excitedly with the bag. My breath hitched, and sharp pains shot through my abdomen. Marcus quickly supported me. Sweetie, don't be angry. That rarely buys a bag. And it's rare to see her like something. Just consider it a favor. There are so many other styles in the store. Pick whatever you like, and your husband will buy it for you. But the things I couldn't have, I no longer wanted. I curved my lips into a smile, swallowing the bitterness in my heart. Marcus, let's talk. He immediately opened his phone and started searching for restaurants. That place you wanted to try last time would be good. I'll make a reservation and take you tonight. My wife is the most important person in the world. But that night, I waited at the restaurant for 3 hours. He was late again. I received a message on my phone. He said he had to work late, busy earning money for the baby. Afterward, Blake updated her social media post, featuring the Hermes bag. Marcus is so thoughtful and generous. I'm deeply touched. Tonight, I'll treat him to drinks as thanks. The comments section was full of their mutual friends. Holy crap, isn't that a new limited edition bag? $2 million, right? Marcus is so generous. How come he never sends me anything? Blake, watch out. Grace might come after you. She's not the forgiving type. Don't even talk about it. Just thinking about Grace makes me angry. She ruined the fun at the last get-together, and I've never felt so frustrated while drinking. If hadn't kicked her out, I would have made her kneel and apologize. Blake replied with a bomb emoji. Are friends and wives the same? You guys better not get married, or you might end up with a troublesome one like Grace, who won't even come out for drinks. Marcus didn't reply but liked Blake's comment. My fingertips trembled, and pain spread from my heart to my limbs. The waiter approached, asking for the 8th time. Miss, the guests who reserved this table have arrived. Are you still eating? No. Please throw it away. The person who wouldn't come. I wouldn't wait for any more. The sincerity that couldn't be begged for was never mine to begin with. When I rushed to the bar, the deafening music caused sharp pain in my abdomen. I pushed through the discomfort, still wanting to see for myself. To see what kind of filth was hidden beneath the skin of the man I had loved for 5 years. One always needs to witness betrayal firsthand to give up on a relationship. Outside the private room, through the glass, Blake had already stripped down to just a lace bra. Dangling loosely from her shoulders, Marcus's friend teased. Didn't realize you had such a figure. You usually hide it well. Get lost. Don't hit on your friend's partner. Are you looking for trouble? Do you want me to have Marcus beat you up? The man laughed loudly at that. Yes. That friend is Marcus's. I wouldn't dare look. Last time someone messed with you, Marcus almost broke their leg. I have the desire but not the courage. I remembered the last time I went to the police station to pick him up. Marcus said he was acting heroically, saving a strange girl who was being harassed. It was Blake. A bucket of ice water was poured over my head. The laughter inside continued. Marcus, who was always unbeatable, lost the game. Someone immediately started to jeer. Kiss. Last time was only 5 minutes. Not enough to be satisfied. This time, double it. No one stopped them. Another man punched him. Kissing is boring. These to have kissed countless times. Let's change it up. How about Marcus uses his mouth to take off Blake's bra? Ha ha ha. Chapter for Blake's face flushed, and she threw a cushion at the man's head. Get lost. If you want to see it, just say so. Marcus instantly started laughing. Oh, is Marcus shy? Come on. Let me take a picture to commemorate. Save it for your wedding. You're the shy one. If you want me to take it off, I'll take it off. Who's afraid? I just hope your mouth skills are up to par. Marcus raised an eyebrow, a mischievous grin on his face. Don't you know if they're good enough? Who was begging for more? Amidst the cheers, Blake lay on the sofa, and Marcus slowly leaned closer. She was wearing a front clasp bra, and Marcus's lips brushed the curve several times. The cheers stopped, and everyone watched, dumbfounded. With a snap, the clasp broke open. Blake panicked, quickly sitting up and covering herself. Marcus hadn't expected it to happen so fast either. He quickly grabbed his jacket to cover her. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw someone holding up a phone, a sly grin on their face. Marcus's face was filled with unprecedented fury. Did you take a picture? Delete it, the man jokingly said. Oh, come on, Marcus. It's just for fun. We're all friends. Don't you trust me? I said. Delete it. I won't delete it. I won't delete it. Ha 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 ha. Blake, you're finished. Amidst the laughter, no one expected Marcus to hit him. By the time they reacted, the person who took the picture was already lying on the ground, his head covered in blood. Marcus. Blake reached out to pull him, forcefully wrapping her arms around him. Marcus, don't be impulsive. Calm down. Miraculously, Marcus calmed down in her arms. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have agreed to this game. I don't blame you. After all, you're my guy. The playful words instantly eased the tension. Before the ambulance arrived, I fled the bar. I had considered that he and Blake were ambiguously intimate, even prepared myself for it. But I never imagined he would lose control for Blake like this. That momentary ruthlessness and indifference I had never seen before. Even when we were passionately in love and I was bullied, he only threatened. I've called the police. You can discuss this with my lawyer later. It turns out he wasn't naturally aloof. It was just that the person who could make him break his rules wasn't me. I took a taxi to the hospital and had the abortion. Before the surgery, Marcus sent me a message telling me to pick him up from the police station. I didn't reply and turned off my phone. I came out 2 hours later. When I turned my phone back on, 99 plus messages popped up, all from Marcus. Why aren't you answering? I told you to come to the police station. Didn't you see the message? What do you mean? What are you doing? Sweetie, I'm begging you. Please come get me. I just helped a young girl. and I couldn't control myself. Messages popped up in his friend's group chat around this time. Marcus, you lost $120,000. Pay up? Has changed her mind? Are you losing her favor, Marcus? Marcus immediately replied, get lost. Grace must be busy. Otherwise, she wouldn't ignore me. Someone noticed something and frantically warned, holy crap, you guys sent it to the wrong group. Grace is in this group too. From the moment I was introduced to his friends, Marcus had added me to a group chat. The group had always been silent. No one ever posted. I had suspected the group was fake. Now, my suspicion was finally confirmed. My heart was completely dead. Those messages were quickly retracted. Marcus then called me. Are you busy? Didn't you see your phone just now? I replied with an hum. Marcus sent no more messages. Thinking we were breaking up, the wedding house was no longer needed. I contacted an agent to sell the house, but was told the property deed had already been transferred to someone else's name. I instinctively opened Blake's social media post. She had indeed updated it. The photo showed the living room of my wedding house, floor-to-ceiling windows, a rabbit plushie, couples ornaments, every detail I had carefully chosen. The caption read, my guy's compensation for his dad, not bad. I'm satisfied. I'll forgive him this once. Marcus gently replied, as long as you like it. We'll have a housewarming party tonight. Let's invite everyone. A housewarming party? How could there be no housewarming gift? I returned to the hospital, retrieved the undeveloped embryo, and placed it in a gift box. I hired people to hang festive banners all over the building. Aunt, a neighbor, asked me, girl, do you have good news in your family? I smiled and nodded. Yes, Auntie, my husband gave our wedding house to his best friend. I'm helping them warm up the party. Uncle's eyes widened instantly, and he poked Aunt's arm. See? I told you. No wife is as petty as you are. You should learn from her. Aunt slapped him, then grabbed his ear and dragged him back inside. I stood downstairs, continuously scattering cash gifts. Everyone's welcome to celebrate. Each guest will receive $10,000 in cash. I gently stroked my belly, my expression soft. Consider it accumulating good karma for the unborn child. In the blink of an eye, over 1,000 people gathered around me. As the door opened forcefully, Marcus had just lost a game and was being punished by having a deep kiss with Blake on the wedding bed. Seeing me arrive, he quickly pushed her away. Why are you here? I shook the gift box in my hand. To bring you a housewarming gift. Gasps rippled through the crowd behind me, and all the neighbors raised their phones to take pictures. Chapter 5. Marcus saw the throng of neighbors behind me and the walls covered in red banners, and his face instantly went white. Grace, are you crazy? Why did you bring so many people here? He reached out to grab me but was pushed away by Aunt. The same woman whose husband had just called her petty was now standing with her hands on her hips, glaring at him. Young man, your wife is pregnant, and you gave your wedding house to another woman. How dare you scold her? What's with your attitude? I've lived my whole life and never seen a man as shameless as you. Men really are all useless. She turned, grabbed her husband's ear, and forced him to look up. See? I told you. No woman is that forgiving. There's definitely something going on. You want to learn from him too, do you? Try it, and they'll kick you out. The surroundings erupted in chaos immediately. Someone was filming with their phone, and others pointed at Blake and cursed. Sleeping in a wedding house someone else prepared. Using ornaments someone else picked out. Do you have any shame? Marcus's friends received his silent signal and immediately rushed forward to explain. Everyone, calm down, please don't misunderstand. Blake is our friend. We've been friends for over 20 years. There's nothing going on between them. It was just a game they lost. That's all. There's really nothing happening. I can vouch for that. Marcus originally refused outright, saying he was afraid Grace would find out and get angry. I forced him to kiss her. So if you want to scold someone, scold me. Watching them all act in perfect unison, speaking with such synchronized understanding, I just felt an overwhelming sense of irony. They truly were friends. And yet, with the facts right in front of him, Marcus was still defending Blake. I was determined to tear off his mask. Blake clutched Marcus's arm, her eyes red as she feigned innocence. Grace, please don't misunderstand. Marcus and I are just friends. This house is just temporarily borrowed from him. Friends? You've all utterly defiled that word. I shook the gift box in my hand, my voice as cold as ice. Does friendship require you to wear his wife's silk nightgown and share a deep kiss with him on his wife's wedding bed? Does friendship require him to transfer the property deed to your name? You knew this was Marcus's and my new wedding house, and I paid for it in full. Veins pulsed visibly on Marcus's forehead, and he rushed over, trying to snatch the gift box. What exactly do you want to do? Are you done making a scene? Making a scene? I laughed out loud, my finger tracing the ribbon on the gift box. I came to give a housewarming gift. Didn't you want a housewarming party? How could such a joyous occasion be without a gift? The crowd pressed forward, and someone shouted, "Open it and let everyone see what the young lady's gift is." The adulterous couple are kissing so openly. There must be even more damning evidence inside. Marcus stared intensely at me, his Adam's apple bobbing. "Grace, you wouldn't dare." I dared. With a tug of my finger, the gift box lid snapped open and fell to the floor. Inside the transparent plastic container, the undeveloped embryo was immersed in nutrient fluid, gleaming coldly under the lights. The air instantly grew still. Marcus's pupils constricted abruptly, his face turning from white to green, then to an ashen gray. What is this? What do you think it is?" I squatted down and picked up the gift box lid. My voice was light, as if speaking of something insignificant. "Didn't you say I was acting like a queen just because I was pregnant? Didn't you say I'd gained 30 pounds and no one would want me? Well, now you don't have to find me troublesome anymore. This child you never cared about? It's gone." "No, impossible." Chapter 6. Marcus lunged forward, trying to touch the plastic container, but I kicked him away. "When did you have the surgery? Why didn't I know? Grace, why would you do this? Why?" I stood up, looking down at him. Tears suddenly streamed down my face, but not for him, for the child who never had a chance to open its eyes. "Last winter, you went to the baby store with me and said you wanted a daughter. With my eyes and your nose, have you forgotten? You said when the baby was born, you'd decorate the nursery in pink and put in the rabbit plushie you bought on your business trip. Have you forgotten? That night you were drunk, you held me and said you wanted a child, as a symbol of our love, something to drive your ambitions. Have you forgotten all that?" I nodded, my face pale. "Right. You must have forgotten. After all, with such an understanding friend by your side, what's a wife? What's a child? It's fine if you've forgotten. I'll remind you and solve this problem for you. Congratulations, you're free." With each sentence, Marcus's body swayed. He opened his mouth but couldn't make a sound. He could only stare at the plastic container, his eyes filled with disbelief. Blake suddenly lunged and grabbed me. "Grace, please don't get upset. Marcus and I really have nothing going on. We're just close friends. Don't take those jokes seriously. If the baby is gone, you can have another. Please don't break up with Marcus." "Shut up." I shook off her hand, with enough force to make her stumble. "When you taught him how to put on a condom, you said it was a joke. When you made him lick your feet, you said it was a joke. When you took the bag I paid for and took off your bra with him in the bar, that was also a joke. Blake, you really love to joke, don't you? So, now that I've delivered this joke, do you dislike it? Didn't you treat him like your son? Why are you afraid of him breaking up with me now?" Blake's face instantly turned a deep crimson, and she hid behind Marcus, speechless. Marcus finally came to his senses and suddenly grabbed my wrist. His fingernails dug into my flesh. "You planned to get rid of the baby all along, didn't you? You did this on purpose, to get revenge on me. You wouldn't even spare your own child." "Revenge?" I laughed out loud, but my tears flowed even more fiercely. "If I wanted revenge, I would have made you watch him develop, watch him move, and then told you he was gone. Marcus, even now, you think I'm the one at fault. That night you kicked me out of the home. I waited downstairs in my pajamas. Do you know how cold a winter night can be? My belly was aching terribly. While you were playing games with her, I was at the hospital signing the surgery consent form. While you were betting with her whether I'd come back begging, I was waiting at home to tell you we were breaking up. While you were unhooking her bra with your mouth in the bar, how could you possibly think I'd still keep your child?" The curses grew louder and louder, and someone threw plastic water bottles at Marcus. "Scumbag, get out of the neighborhood. Kicking out your pregnant wife. Do you even deserve to be a father?" Marcus's face was struck by a bottle, but he didn't dodge. He just gripped my wrist tightly, his voice trembling. "I was wrong, Grace. I was truly wrong. Please don't break up. If the baby is gone, we'll have another. I'll buy you a new wedding house, 10 times bigger than this one. I'll give you the most lavish wedding. I'll give you anything you want. It's too late." I forcefully pulled my hand away, leaving several red marks on my wrist. "Marcus, I'm not your possession, not something you can coax or discard as you please. Every time you chose her, I remembered. The first time, you left me waiting for 3 hours in a downpour just to play a promotion match with her. The second time, she got into a fight, and you rushed in and beat someone so badly they ended up in the hospital. I went to the police station to bail you out, but you said I was meddling. The third time, you bet with her whether I'd come to pick you up. Using me as a bet. I remember all these things. I turned to leave, but Marcus suddenly knelt on the floor. Chapter 7. He grabbed the hem of my skirt. I'll change. I'll never contact her again. I'll block her. I'll cut ties with her. Just give me another chance. Don't touch me. I kicked him away, watching him fall awkwardly to the floor. I felt no pity, only disgust. You're kneeling here now not because you love me, but because you're scared. Scared I'll blow this whole thing up. Scared your company will be affected. Scared you'll never find anyone like me who compromises unconditionally for you. Marcus, you're so selfish. With that, I didn't look at him again and walked out of the place I once thought was home. Behind me, the neighbors' curses, Blake's cries, and Marcus's roars blended together. It was like an absurd farce finally coming to an end. I returned to my rental apartment, and as soon as I sat down, my phone rang. It was Marcus. I didn't answer. I blocked him directly. Soon after, an unknown number called. I answered, and Marcus's voice was filled with rage. Grace, did you post the photos online? My company is swarming with reporters now. Our partners want to terminate contracts. Are you satisfied? No, I'm not. I leaned back on the sofa, looking at the cold rain outside the window. I haven't ruined your reputation yet. You're crazy. Blake is being cyberbullied so badly she can't leave the house, and her parents are frantic. You need to clarify things and say it was all a misunderstanding, or you'll what? I cut him off. Kick me out again? Or bet with your friend again whether he'll come back begging? Silence on the other end of the line. A few seconds later, his voice softened. Grace, I'm begging you. I know you're hurt, but Blake is innocent. She's just my friend. Innocent? I laughed. When she taught you how to put on a condom, why didn't she say she was innocent? When she joked about my child's life, why didn't she say she was innocent? Marcus, you're still defending her even now. You truly sicken me. I hung up and blocked that number. Soon after, I started a live stream, not to clarify anything, but to tell everyone the truth. On camera, I wore no makeup, my face was pale, and the red marks on my wrist were still clearly visible. I looked at the questions in the live chat and calmly said, I was with Marcus for 5 years. 3 months into my pregnancy, he gave our wedding house to his so-called best friend. I went to the hospital for an abortion while he was betting with his friends whether he'd come back. He kicked me out of our home for that woman, leaving me to wander in my pajamas on a winter night. I have nothing to clarify. I am simply a victim, and in the bar, when they played games, the live chat immediately erupted in chaos. Holy crap, this guy is such a scumbag. That is a homewrecker. Stop pretending to be friends. Sister, run. Don't look back. I live-streamed for 10 minutes before ending it. Before turning off my phone, I saw Marcus had posted a long message on X Twitter, claiming I was overly emotional and fabricating facts. He even attached a few photos together of us from the past, trying to play the victim. But the comments section was full of people cursing him. What do photos together prove? That you were a human before, and now you're scum. Apologize to her immediately. Otherwise, your company will eventually go bankrupt. I liked each comment, then lay down to sleep, satisfied. The next morning, I was woken by a knock at the door. I opened it to find Marcus. His eyes were bloodshot, and there was stubble all over his chin. His jacket was soaked with rain, and he was shivering from the cold. Grace, come back with me. He reached out to grab me. I kicked Blake out. I'll give the wedding house back to you, and we can start over. Get lost. I tried to close the door, but he propped the door open with his foot. He pulled the plastic container from his pocket. He had actually brought it with him. What exactly is this? Chapter 8. His voice trembled. Tell me, this isn't our child, is it? I looked at him and suddenly found it amusing. Marcus, you want to know now? It's too late. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Whatever you think it is. That's what it is. His face instantly turned pale, and the plastic container in his hand almost fell to the floor. I thought you were deliberately tricking me, tricking you. I pointed at my belly. There was once a small life here, a daughter you said you wanted. When you picked out the crib with me, you said you wanted the softest one. Afraid she'd be uncomfortable. When you bought little dresses with me, you said you wanted pink because I liked it. When you put up wallpaper for the nursery with me, you said you'd tell her stories every day after she was born. I loved this child, and I really wanted to be a mother. But you thought I was tricking you? Marcus, I'm not you, and I'm not Blake. I don't joke, especially not with a life. Marcus suddenly collapsed to the floor, clutching his head and crying. His cries were loud, like a lost child. I was wrong. Grace, I was truly wrong. I shouldn't have been so close to Blake. I shouldn't have kicked you out. I shouldn't have bet on you. I thought you'd forgive me like before. I thought you wouldn't actually get rid of the baby before. I remembered the past, and my heart felt a prick. But it quickly grew cold. Before, you and Blake would go to the bar, drinking until midnight and not coming home. I'd wait for you until dawn, and you'd say I was understanding. Before, for her birthday, you'd send her limited edition bags. For my birthday, you only sent me a cash gift, saying I wasn't materialistic. Marcus, honestly, I didn't want to forgive you before either. I only endured it because I loved you. But now, I don't love you anymore. He abruptly looked up, his eyes filled with despair. How can you not love me anymore? We were together for 5 years. We even had a child. It's precisely because we had a child that I can't forgive you even more. I turned to close the door, but he suddenly grabbed my hand and pulled a photo from his pocket. It was taken when I first got pregnant. I was wearing his shirt. He was hugging me from behind, smiling gently. It was one of the few times H ever embraced me. Look, we were so good back then. His voice was pleading. Can we try again? I'll sell the company. We can go to another city and start over, okay? No. I pulled my hand back and threw the photos on the floor. Marcus, whether your company goes bankrupt or not has nothing to do with me. What happens between you and Blake also has nothing to do with me. I just want to stay far away from you both. I closed the door, shutting out his cries. Later, I saw on the news that Marcus's company had indeed gone bankrupt. Partners terminate contracts. The capital chain broke, and employees resigned. He went from being a rich second generation became a pauper overnight. Later still, I heard that Blake was kicked out of the hospital because no one paid her fees. She tried to contact Marcus but found she had been blocked. She started a live stream, making a scene, claiming she was being cyberbullied and threatened to commit suicide by slitting her wrists. But I knew she didn't want to die. She just wanted to contact Marcus. It all failed. One day, I went downstairs to throw out the trash and bumped into Marcus again. He was terribly thin, wearing a thin coat. It was the same thickness as the pajamas I wore the night he kicked me out. His lips were purple from the cold. He saw me and immediately rushed over. He pulled a box from his pocket. It was the plastic container I had thrown away back then. I asked at the hospital. His voice was choked with tears. The doctor said it really was our undeveloped embryo. Grace, I know I was wrong. I truly know I was wrong. Will you give me another chance, please? I tried to walk around him, but he suddenly knelt on the ground and slapped himself. I'm a bastard. I'm an awful person. I shouldn't have protected Blake. I shouldn't have kicked you out. I shouldn't have gotten rid of our baby. Grace, I stood downstairs all night, and that's when I realized how incredibly cold winter nights are. You must have been freezing when you were kicked out. He slapped himself harder and harder. His frostbitten face quickly swelled, and corners of his mouth bleeding. Stop acting. I stopped and looked at him coldly. What you're doing now isn't because you love me. It's because you're unwilling to accept it. You're unwilling to lose me. Unwilling to lose your old life. Unwilling to become this version of yourself, Marcus. It's too late. He looked up, his eyes bloodshot. No, it's because I love you. So I don't want to lose you. Grace, I can't accept a life without you. I'm begging you. Please give me one last chance. What? How much did you bet this time? $20 million? Or $100 million? I scoffed, cutting him off. Marcus, what do you take me for? Your trophy? Or your laughing stock? No, I really didn't. It doesn't matter if you did or didn't. Sorry, I'm done playing games. Let's just end it. His face instantly turned pale, and he couldn't say another word. I turned and walked away, without looking back. Later, Marcus held a live stream, where he knelt and apologized in front of everyone. He cried, talking about his mistakes, saying he shouldn't have wronged me, and shouldn't have let me get rid of our baby. He said he had already cut ties with Blake, but in the live chat, no one forgave him. Everyone was saying, too little too late. I didn't watch that live stream by then. I had packed my bags and bought a plane ticket to a southern city. As the plane took off, I looked at the clouds outside the window and finally breathed a sigh of relief. 5 years of emotions, an undeveloped embryo, an absurd farce. It was finally over. As for Marcus, his pain, his regret, none of it concerned me anymore. I only knew that from now on, I would live for myself. That's all for today's story. Thank you for listening. This is my channel. The tales I share, drawn from life or woven from imagination, are meant to offer you connection, reflection, and perhaps solace or newfound strength. If you long to see your own reflection in others' journeys, or seek a glimmer of light within the maze of emotions, subscribe to my channel. Listen with your heart. Explore the stories of life.